Hi, I'm Carl with Apt, and this is the Denon AVR X3400H receiver, and in this video we'll go over the available connections and cover some of the highlights of this model. Now to start off, we'll take a look at the design. The front of this receiver is the same as what you'll find on the AVR X3400H and the 1400H. There's a source select knob on the left as you're facing it. Just under that is the power button, and as you look at the center of the receiver, you're going to get a nice large area for the information display. And under that, there's going to be another line of buttons, and going from left to right, you have a tuner, or tuner buttons, I should say, a Zone 2 power button, Zone 2 source select, a dimmer button for the display, a status button, and then 4 quick select buttons for some commonly used functions like cable satellite, Blu-ray, media player, and Hios Music, which is Denon's wireless music system. Below those buttons is a headphone jack, HDMI input that's Hdcp 2.2 compatible and can pass through 4K, a USB input, and a spot to plug in the Odyssey microphone for sound calibration. Lastly, on the right is the master volume control. As we look at the sides, you're going to see some louvers to allow air to flow to help keep the insides cool. And then you get to the back, and now here's where you're going to find the rest of the connections, as you would on a normal receiver. You get 7 additional HDMI inputs that are all 4K and Hdcp 2.2 compatible, along with 3 HDMI outputs, one of which has an audio return channel. 2 of the HDMI outputs are for Zone 1, and the third is going to be for Zone 2, so you can actually send 2 independent video signals out. There's 2 optical and 2 digital coaxial inputs, 2 component and 3 composite inputs with 1 component output. The composite inputs are actually output through HDMI on this particular model. Pre-outs on this one include a left and right channel for Zone 2 and front center surrounds and 2 subwoofers for Zone 1. They also give you spots to plug in an AM and FM antenna for the tuner, as well as a hardwired Ethernet connection, RS-232C, IR input and output, and a trigger output jack. You're also going to see a couple of antennas on the back of this receiver, similar to the 14 and the 2400, and those are going to be for the built-in Wi-Fi. Besides the speaker connections, that's pretty much it for the outside of this receiver. There's really nothing exceptional. Like I said on the 1400 and the 2400, there's nothing crazy about the outside of this one. It's just a nice, clean receiver. Next, we're going to go on to some of the key features, and these are going to be similar to what you find on the others in this lineup as well. It's capable of decoding Dts X and Dolby Atmos, so you have the ability to hear 3D sound with the right speaker setup. Next, like I mentioned before, the HDMI inputs are compatible with Hdcp 2.2. This receiver is also HDR, Dolby Digital, and HLG compatible. And additionally, it has an auto eco mode built in that adjusts the maximum power output based on the volume level you're listening to. Another thing I mentioned quickly before was that this is Hios compatible. So when you're using it with other Hios capable products, this can act as the hub of your whole Hios network. It's a really cool app that you can download for free. Now the last nice feature to touch on is the setup menu. Receivers can be extremely intimidating for someone who's not technologically savvy, but Denon gives you an on-screen display that kind of walks you through the whole process, and with the Odyssey microphone you can actually dial in the sound without any previous experience. Now, the Odyssey microphone that comes with this model is a slight step up than what you're going to find on the 1400 and the 2400, so it's capable of reading different frequencies or more frequencies, so it's actually going to dial in the music a little bit better. So that's just kind of a benefit of doing the 3400. But getting back to the setup, people setting up a receiver for the first time, this is going to be just as simple. It has more options on it, but it's going to be just as simple as setting up the lesser receivers in this particular lineup. This is going to be great for people with larger systems with towers for your front channels. You can still use it with smaller speakers, but you'll be missing out on really what this is capable of. So for someone who's looking for a receiver that's simple to set up and offers plenty of inputs for your components and can handle a serious set of speakers, this is definitely worth a look. We've also got videos on the other new models from Denon, so make sure you check those out as well. As always, we thank you for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to get updates on all the great products that we carry here at Apt.